Black dignity. When we look at the history of Africa and we look at the history of China, when we look at Emperor Wu from the Ming Dynasty, who was part Mongolian and Sudanese. So this was an African running China. And so it is ironic that China is now spending billions and billions of dollars in Africa. Do they know something we don't know? Are they going back to their roots from Emperor Wu? Are we one and the same or are we not? But they are going with the plan. Chinese plan for thousands of years. Chinese are coming to Africa with low interest loans or no interest loans. And they are seeking to ascertain critical assets in Djibouti, in the east coast of Africa. They have created a military base, as well as the United States, as well as 2 other European countries. So in Djibouti, you have about 4 military bases. Can you imagine? One being the US, one being China, and 2 other European nations. So what does that mean for Djibouti? What does that mean for China taking over the waters in the East Coast, from Ethiopia to Somalia and all the way up to Djibouti? What does it mean when they spend billions and billions of dollars to get votes in the United Nations General Assembly? So decades ago, when China was going into the international realm, 35 African countries voted against China. And so since then, China has been pushing for major projects throughout Africa. From the West Coast in Senegal, all the way through projects in Central Africa, projects in East Africa, as well as in South Africa. And so what does this do when it's time to vote in the General Assembly? And China says, well, if you vote my way, you may get more projects. And so how does that deal with the leverage for the countries? As stated before, China has taken over assets, critical assets in Kenya, in Djibouti, in Uganda, and South Africa. Critical places. Look at the strategic military options of going from civilian to military. Ports, airports, are critical to the survival of Africa and will be critical for the survival of China. Why are they doing this? To ascertain and exploit mineral resources, to also ascertain and exploit African women, to ascertain and exploit cheap labor. And so with mining a component for the cell phone usage, as well as agriculture. So a small investment for a long-term benefit. Stay vigilant. We need to be in Africa. We need to be investing in Africa. We need to make sure we get there first and support our brothers and sisters.